Yes, I want to prepare, what soup is this? Groundnut soup. I woke up this morning and I just felt like doing this. Usually my wife does it all the time. Once in a while I just feel like cooking. I'm a very good cook. Excuse me. I want to prepare groundnut soup. Yes, I do that. I do this sometimes myself. This is groundnut. I made this. I made this myself yesterday. I'm a groundnut person. I there's barely a day that passes by without me having to eat groundnut. I always eat groundnut. So I make it this, but this is organic. I buy it raw, very raw, organic. I rarely eat other foods other than inorganic foods. I rarely, except I can't find an organic food kind of person. So I bought it. I usually buy it raw and make it this plenty one time. So this is what I use to make the groundnut. So that is it. You see that? That's an air fryer. I use that to. There is a feature there that I use. I manipulate it. I manipulate the feature to actually give me this. So that is yes. Like I said, I make this myself. Things like this are just like a hobby to me. So now I always like to eat my groundnut with the skin. I don't take out the skin because if you do your research, you understand that the skin has a lot of nutrient, especially fiber. Contains very substantial amount of fiber. So I don't take it out, especially when I'm the one who made the groundnut itself, the groundnut myself. So I don't take out the skin. I eat everything, even if I'm usually what I use the groundnut for. I use it to drink gari. Gari is my best snack. Let me use that word. Gari and groundnut is my best snack. So that's the way I use it to drink gari. I just I eat it together with the skin because the skin is nutritious since I made it myself. So there's nothing to, and the process, the process is very clean process. So it doesn't have to go like the local way. So it's very clean, very hygienic enough, very healthy enough to actually eat with the skin. So that is it. So even the groundnut soup, I do the same thing. I will grind this groundnut right now to produce what do you call it? Peanut butter, whatever you call it. Yeah. So so this is the blender. This blender is a kind of this is not a blender. This grinds actually. It has different options, different features here, whichever way you want it or whatever. So what I do with this is I don't blend it. I grind it to a smooth pasty texture. Yeah. So that is it. Okay. This shit. I'm gonna start messing up. I don't like messing up when I'm cooking. I don't like messing up everywhere when I'm cooking. So, and I like cleaning up my I like to vacuum this stuff. I don't like everywhere looking messy actually. Yeah, those vacuums that. So yeah, this is it. This is actually the measure. What I do, I cook this soup and probably eat it. My wife doesn't usually. She eats maybe once in a. She doesn't like the soup, So this is my kind of soup actually. So this is it. I do it and put it in the freezer, scoop it for a while, so I don't get to do it all the time. All right, so that's the measure. All this groundnut, give it, I don't know, maybe 1 month or so, not up to 1 month. Come on, I eat a lot of groundnut. Groundnut is very, very good, very healthy, especially when you prepare it yourself. That is it. Okay. Pour some amount of water. Yeah, so this blender grinds in 1 minute. Very, very, it's a kind of an industrial kind of blender. Usually when we want to do moi akara or whatever, this is what we are. Actually, we have the other blender, the smaller one that is for the regular blender. But this one we use is if you want to grind anything to smooth. If you want to grind, actually, we use this. And that is it. Power on. So this is grind. We have juice, we have grind, we have smoothies, we have soya milk, we have soup, whatever. Yeah, soup. We have sauces. Yeah. So I'll be applying grind. Then yeah, which means that it's too thick. I have to add more water so that I can be able to get the texture, the smooth texture that I need. I think I still need a little more water. So it is very smooth now, as smooth as I need it, as smooth can be actually. So I'm done with this. This is not where we keep it. We started this somewhere, so I'm taking it back. Alright, so wait for this, then now everything has been prepared because this is the way I cook. My my wife prepared all this sauce. She always prepares this sauce in advance. She prepares it in very large quantity, put it in a container, and put it in the freezer. So whenever she wants to cook, she just scoop from the sauce, and it makes it easier and faster to cook, and that's it. So this is some of the sauce she prepared, and it's defrozen already. So I don't have to start putting Maggi, pepper, everything is just here. So it's a one-time thing. So all I need to do is just scoop the quantity that I need, then add water, and yes, add some little stuff, because adding that water means you've diluted it. So that is it. This is my sauce. Okay. Spoon should I use here? Okay. So, okay. Let me adjust this so that I can actually see what I'm doing here. Should I bring it forward? Yeah. All right. So here we go. This is the sauce. This sauce, my wife and I, we love. In fact, this sauce is just full of so many stuff. Stockfish, we call it okporoko. It's a lot. That smoked fish, the blackfish, we call it blackfish. A lot of it. So it's just scattered all in. You can't even. You barely. In fact, everything here is just blackfish, stockfish, and I think we have snail in here too, just chopped and pieces to sort of. So this is just it. Then this seems to be too much for me, right? Let's see. Yeah, don't mind me. I'm not that kind of person I'm not the measuring kind of person. I just do things randomly based on, I use my instinct, and my instinct guides me, and my instinct in cooking, when it comes to cooking, guides me almost perfectly almost all the time. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this should be fine. Add more of this snail. Snail's there, so okay. So now you go cook it down. Don't finish the sauce. So turn on the gas cooker. Then add water. A little bit more water. So yes, I don't usually, for this groundnut soup, I don't usually use meat, and the kind of meat we usually eat in this house is guinea fowl meat. Chicken, we stopped eating chicken because chicken is seems to be I call it the preservation. The preservative chemicals there is they are poisonous. So what we do is we eat guinea fowl, which we just go. My wife usually does that yearly. Just drives to the farm and go buy the live whatever they slaughter it there, prepare and chop up everything there, and that's it comes loaded in the freezer, and we eat it through the year. But this soup usually I prefer using fish. My favorite fish is one of the cheapest fishes in the market. I don't know if I would say one of the cheapest. I don't know if it, but usually it's not that expensive, which is mackerel. We call it mackerel here, but in Nigeria we call it sardine. But I know it's surprisingly that's what it's called, a mackerel, and that's the name. But in Nigeria we call it sardine. So that is my favorite fish. The one that is so juicy, that is oily or whatever. So you know, we have this sardine of a thing. We have different types or whatever. The one I love so much is the one that, but usually, again, like I said earlier, I don't. Most of the foods we eat are organic, and I'm a very healthy conscious person. Healthy food conscious person. I eat healthy. My lifestyle is just a lifestyle of. It's a healthy lifestyle that is so focused on health, personal health. And this is wild caught. I don't eat fishes that are pond, made out of pond. No, I only eat wild caught fishes. So again, this is just usually everything, and we are in this house. We are bulk stockers. We stock a lot of weight. Wife is just and incidentally, as a bachelor, that was my lifestyle. I like buying things in bulk, buy plenty of it, and they always store. So I don't go to the market all the time. Incidentally, luckily for me, my wife is the same kind of person. So this is it. We have a lot of sardine here. We just go buy a lot of it, and we want to cook. How this woman tie this thing? And everything is washed already and ready for cooking. So I just take a few that I need. I'm not going to wash it again. Everything that's the way my wife does things. She just prepares everything ready for use. So I'll just put it inside it, just cook it together with the sauce, and this fish is just, I don't know, formality, because a lot of fish, usually our soup is always loaded with fish, stockfish, and so many or whatever. So we eat a lot of fish. Is this enough, or should we just put more? Anyway, I think that should be enough. Yeah, okay. I need to wash my hands. This goes back to the freezer. I don't know which of the freezers this one come out this from. Let me see, is it here? Okay, it should be another freezer downstairs. Anyway, we take it back there. All right. This sauce goes back to, let's see, goes back to the freezer. Yeah, okay. This is what I used to roast. Well, maybe roast the groundnut. Yeah, just pour the groundnut in here or whatever, and inside it rotates actually. Automatically it rotates while it roasts out. So that's what I use with this air fryer. So that is it. Yes, what next? Okay, we'll let this, where are we? Okay, I don't need to add salt because groundnut, you all know how there's salt in the groundnut, there's salt in the sauce. Yeah, being after usually it's been, the sauce has been diluted with water. It means that after the dilution, obviously one will not be able to, salt will not be enough. But groundnut soup, you don't need that much salt. You don't need much salt when it comes to groundnut soup. For those of you who know, some of you who know groundnut soup, you understand what I mean. It's just like beans. Like groundnut soup, it's just like beans. Beans, you don't add too much salt. Whichever way you cook beans, you will always get a very good taste of it. So you don't need that much salt. So I avoid that. Besides, salt is too much salt. It's not even healthy. So that is it. So I'll wait for some minutes. I don't usually time my stuff. Like I said, I am not a standard cook who times times everything. No, I do things organically. Just check and see. As I said earlier, I am someone that is, my cooking skill is being guided. It's always guided by my instinct. So I don't follow my instinct. From time to time I check and see, take a look at it. If I'm satisfied with the level, and I can now add whatever I want to. That's the way. I don't time my stuff, and that is the way I cook. And I have been, I would say I have never gotten it wrong, but most times I've gotten it. I got it right. So that is it. So I'll leave this to boil for a time, cook for some time, because of the fish, the raw fish that is in there. Raw fish, although sardine doesn't take that much time to cook. So, and that is it. Then for now, I will suspend this and come back when I'm ready to add other things that I'm supposed to add. So, pause this and come back to it later. Now, while I'm sorry, I have to come back now. While I'm waiting for that, I need to, because that's the way I do things. I multitask. I need to prepare, because, like I said, I did this. I did this groundnut yesterday. So yesterday night, late at night. So I had to leave it to actually cool down. So now that it's cooled down, I have containers here that I actually I store the groundnut. What will I use to scoop this? So this container does I have multiple containers that I use to store this groundnut. This groundnut I use that looks so much. Trust me, this thing wouldn't take me. It takes me very short time. I've never kept track of how long it takes me to finish something of the quantity. My wife too doesn't eat. The only time she eats the groundnut is when it is hot, when I'm preparing it. I usually, there are some things I just like doing myself actually. Like I say, well, as a bachelor, before I got married, I was into cooking. I wasn't eating out. And same thing, this is the same tradition. I don't eat out, except I travel and I'm spending beyond a day outside my home. I don't eat out. When I'm going to the site, I always go with my food. My wife cooks and stores everything in the freezer. She probably cooks every, it depends on what she's cooking. Sometimes 2 weeks or monthly, just stores all the foods in the freezer. So we just go to the freezer and scoop the quantity we need. And so this is one container that is full. Have several containers. Okay, use this. Actually, because the skin, depending on what it is, I don't eat the skin ordinarily like that. I don't eat it together with ground and not the nuts. For those of you who are not from where I came from, what I call groundnut is actually peanuts. Yeah, but I prefer calling it groundnut because that's the name I'm used to. Okay, so the chaff is minimized. So let's see this one. This is not as much as I used to do, as I used to prepare for, because just to feel everything, all of these containers. Ready to roll. As I said, groundnut and gari is actually my favorite snack. There was a time that for about 2 years or more, that was gari and groundnut was usually always my dinner. 6-7 p.m. Always. It was like an addiction. Incidentally, I'm not addicted to anything. But then it was like an addiction. I was just too fond of it. It was always gari and groundnut, and sometimes groundnut and apple. I don't know if you've not tested groundnut and apple before. Try it. My God, if you try it, you don't want to eat groundnut apple alone anymore. So since I found out that the taste, how tasty it is, I rarely eat apple in its own. I rarely eat apple alone. I always eat it with groundnut. So that is it. All right. Still waiting for, okay, this still is boiling. That's good. This soup no go easy today. You know, easy. Shit. Yes, I used to add palm oil. I don't know. Today, the last one I cooked, I didn't add palm oil. And this one, I think I won't add palm oil. So for some people, you can add palm oil. But the previous ones I did in the past, I was adding palm oil until the last two. I stopped adding palm oil, and it was wonderful. So So some people, you may want to add palm oil. It's okay. It tastes good as well. But I avoid anything cholesterol. That's just the truth. I avoid like I told you. I am a very, very healthy, eating conscious person. My wife don't care, but I do, and probably anyway. So that is just it. So I avoid palm oil. Has its own. There are some good stuff about palm oil as well, but I eat a whole lot of good stuff. So palm oil, I avoid palm oil as much as I can because of the cholesterol. Note: cholesterol is not totally bad. We have a good cholesterol, we have the bad cholesterol. So, but the palm oil, what I'm avoiding in palm oil is the bad cholesterol. All right, I'll pause now. This thing is, still boiling. What I'm trying to achieve here. Remember, I added water to that, a lot of water diluted. So, apart from waiting for the fish to get cooked, I'm actually I'm stretching the time so that the fish will be able to absorb the taste of the sauce will get into the fish, and apart from that, I need the water, plenty of water added to come to a kind of a point where it becomes the sauce becomes a little bit thick or thicker than than it is a sort of. So that is the point I'm waiting. So I have to let it steam, not steam, boil for some time more, probably maybe 5 more minutes, and I'll come add the groundnuts. Now it's no longer groundnut or peanut, it's now peanut butter. Okay, we're back. So yes, I think now ready to, I need to bring this thing a little bit forward so you can see what I'm doing here. All right, yeah, ready to roll now. Time to add my groundnut. I need to reduce this. I need to take down the heat, reduce to almost the barest minimum. Okay. This I need to. Usually I use I pour water on, but I think the water seems to be getting too much, so I don't want to add more water. Actually, it's supposed to be thicker than this. I love my soup. My soup is usually very thick. I don't like watery soup. Just like in my vegetable egusi or whatever, we don't add water at all. And vegetable soup, this is the way I like it. Single water. See, that's it. Just waterless. All my soup, egusi, the same thing or whatever. So even this is supposed to be much thicker than this because I am a thick soup kind of person. I love it very thick, so I need to figure out how to get at least, if not all. What I usually do is to pour a little water inside and rinse it out. I still have a lot of water here. Honestly, I may have to. I'll be tempted to do that. Alright, I am tempted to do it. I need to add a little water. This peanut butter, as they call it. Need to get. Yeah, I think that's great. I'm satisfied now. So that is it. Time. Increasing the fire a little bit. So So this will steam for a little, maybe about 10 minutes. I let it steam for about 10 minutes, and after 10 minutes you see the thing becomes a little bit thicker. May not be as thick as I always like it, but I feel at least to come back to that thickness, at least average thickness. Yeah. So usually when I finish all this, usually I just let I like to clean up as much as I can. The rest I just leave it for my wife to come and do. She's upstairs sleeping. I don't like waking her up, except there is an emergency, because most times I force her to sleep. She seems to be the type that sometimes you have to actually force her to sleep. Otherwise, she just be there, just always on call, making official calls here and there. All right, let me tidy up some of this stuff. I have to probably wash. Okay. All right, I think we'll come back. I'll come back again for this. I'll pause this video and come back again for it. Remember, okay, I know you'll be curious to find out what swallow am I going to be using to eat this soup. Okay. Sometimes I use oatmeal. Where the hell is my oatmeal? Now, again, organic. This is the oatmeal, but I grind it to powder. So this is the grinded part. So this is what I use sometimes. Most times I used to. This is most because this is healthy. This is oatmeal. It has a lot of. It's healthy, good for the heart. It'll have a lot of fiber. But once in a while, I prefer once in a while. Not most times. It is this oatmeal I used to make it to swallow. Then once in a while, it is pounded yam. So that is what I will be eating today, pounded yam, and that I will make it myself. I usually love my wife doing it, because the way my wife does it, the real Yoruba way, very draws and smooth and soft or whatever. I try my best to do that, but I usually don't do it, or can't do it as perfect as she does it, and so that is it. I didn't tell her usually. I didn't tell her I'll be doing this morning. Otherwise, usually, sometimes I just tell her, this is what I want to eat tomorrow when I wake up. So she wakes up early to do all that for me. So I didn't tell her this thing is just something. It was spontaneous. Sometimes I don't wake up in the morning, and this is exactly what it. So most times it's not pre-planned. It's just spontaneous. I wake up in the morning, and this is what comes to my mind to do. So that's why, like I said, I don't like waking her up. I force her to sleep most times. So when she's sleeping, I'm happy she's sleeping, because I'm always happy she's sleeping, because I force her to sleep. So this is it. Yes, I'll be making the pounded yam myself. I do it differently from her. The way I prepare my pounded yam is different from the way she does hers. So you will see how I do mine. A sort of, and that is it. I think I do it to my best of ability, to the best of my ability, and I think my pounded yam, I try my best. I think is good, not as good as my wife's, but I think I can classify it to be very good. It draws as well. So, and that is it. I'll come back to continue with this video. All right, I'm back. I think this. May want to see this. Let's see. Okay, I can bend this more than this. See? So beautiful. This is great. Okay. See the way it is. Let's see if you can see. Actually, this is not as thick as most people like it this way, but I'm a very thick soup kind of person. This is not as thick as I usually make it. This is the lightest I've ever made it. So you see how it's not as thick as I wanted it. I made a mistake. I think I added too much water, but that's fine. That's still good. How do you feel? How do you see this? Okay. That is it. Let me test it and see. Usually I'm not the type that tests food while it's still cooking. Remind me, this camera stand crazy sometimes. Okay, turn this off. Wonderful. This is great. I love groundnut soup. All right, time to make my pounded yam. Let's go this way. Okay. All right, where do I start from? Sometimes I just get confused. This is my yam powder. So usually this is what I use to measure what I always prepare exactly what I can finish. I don't like wasting. I hate wastage. So whatever I do, I always want to make sure I prepare it based on what the quantity I can take. So that is it. When my wife serves me food, that is just it. I remember when we started in our early relationship. The early time of our relationship, I was having this issue. My wife is that kind of person who spoils people with food. Everyone knows her, my friends, my relatives, everybody knows my wife with food of a kind of, she spoils people with food. People hardly will you visit my house without my wife serving you food. She's that kind of person, and she doesn't know how to serve small quantities. If she's serving you food here, oh my God, she will load your plate and whatever. So I had that issue with her in the early period in our relationship. She would just load my plate or whatever, and I said, look, I don't like it. I don't like wasting food because I don't like being overfed, and I don't like wasting food. So, and that is it. But thank God today she still does it to some people, but when it comes to me, she had, because it was that was causing serious. It wasn't. It was a minor issue, but it was offensive to me, sort of, because she just kept bringing it, plate loaded everywhere, food and whatever. I don't like it that way. I give me, just give me a little, just small quantity. If I'm not okay with it, if I'm not full, I tell you, fetch me more. But but most times I'm full. Whatever quantity I have there is just okay for me. So that is just it anyway. So this is the way I prepare my stuff. I do it different ways. My wife is okay. Water. First of all, put water on the fire. For fire, water gets boiled. Then you start doing whatever, put it in one little by little while you are stirring it. Mine, I do it. I think I call it the faster way. This is my gauge. This is how much I can eat. Sorry guys, I'm not that person. Maybe some of you may be asking, why is it only your stomach? Well, yes, most times I do these things myself. I just prepare for myself alone. Sorry, I don't know. Sometimes I just do this show. If my wife wants to eat like the soup, sometimes she can fetch and whatever. But this is show of serving my wife or men does or whatever. Breakfast in bed, those crazy stuff. I'm sorry, I don't do that. I don't think I've ever done that. I'm a full-blown African, sort of. So I don't do the Western stuff. I don't copy Westerners. I just do things African way, and that is just the truth. I don't believe civilization should get to that point. Not because of whatever. Just don't feel comfortable doing that or whatever. So if I'm preparing food and not preparing it for the family, I just prepare it for, okay, because this is what I like to eat. It's sort of, most times my wife does it herself, but sometimes I don't want to bother her, especially when she's sleeping. I just want to do it myself, and that is it. Trust me, she does it much better than me, because that's why I don't eat out. She's a very, very good cook. So that's why it's very difficult for outside food to taste better for me. Or to me rather. So yes, I'll add so what you make, this is exactly what I do. I just pour lukewarm water. It could be cold water, it could be lukewarm water. Where is this? Yeah. So I've not turned on the gas yet. So I need to get a smooth texture of this powder toned paste. Okay, yeah. So first of all, make sure everything is smooth. You get a very smooth look and texture of the yam powder. Yeah, okay. Now I can comfortably turn on. So, but usually turn it on and put it on very, very low. At least sometimes the lowest heat. So, as you can see, it's pastry. So that's it. first instance, I'll increase it a little bit, while I keep stirring. Add more water. Okay. Let's see. Hard now, getting even harder. So this time, shit, I forgot to boil water. Okay. I'll add hot water. So add hot water. Okay, so I cover it for a while, maybe 5 minutes or more. Sometimes it depends. Like I said, when I'm cooking, I just follow my instinct. While covering it, it has to be lowered to the lowest heat, so that to have a very slow cook and be able to so that it doesn't doesn't start burning. Anyway, this is non-stick pot, so it will never stick to the pot, but at least it doesn't start getting burnt from the bottom. That is one. Secondly, you lower it to the lowest, take it down to the lowest heat, so that you'll be able to, the heat can go around the pounded yam, the heat can actually go around, get into all the parts of the food, so that at the end of the day you have a very well cooked food. And apart from that, that be able, like this in this case, that be able, it can be able to, it can as I need, I desire it to draw, so that it can be able, a pounded yam can actually draw. That is where you enjoy pounded yam. When the pounded yam doesn't feel stretchy, or doesn't feel you don't have any resistance when you are trying to cut it, you don't enjoy it. That is true. Pounded yam is most enjoyed when you feel, when you have some kind of resistance, or kind of when you want to cut a chunk of it, a part of it, sort of. So think that is it. I have to leave it for a while to steam, then I'll come back again. All right, I'm back, ready to do the final touch to this. So I think I let this for a little bit over 10 minutes. Okay, think I'm there. All right. Yeah, all right. Excuse me, I need to do something outside this spot. All right, this is done. All right, see you at the table. Yes, this is where we are. Yeah, this is where I love my pounded yam. Although this may be too soft, but I love it very soft, the Yoruba way. Yeah, this is great. You may want to join me. adjust this maybe upwards so that you can. I'm not messing up. All right. I love this soup. Wonderful. Remind me I really lick my fingers when eating, when swallowing. Food takes that hot. Don't so much like hot food. Like warm. I like it warm, not hot. I hate being burnt or feeling burnt somehow. This is great. This sardine fish is the type I really love. Menu. I like fish bone. Crush everything. Nothing lost. Everything gained. Oh my God. Don't mind me, I eat very fast. In fact, I'm even a little bit slower today. I eat fast, especially when I'm enjoying the food. If you see me eating food in a very slow way, I'm not enjoying it. I'm only forcing myself, probably when I'm in the public. This seems to be a little bit too much than what my stomach can take. But because I hate wasting food, and there's no longer much else left. Thank God.
Don't mind me. Wonderful. Finally, I landed. Oh. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this session, this unusual cooking session of the Gibran Angle on Owoleke TV. Join me next time when something crazy like this comes to my mind. Remain blessed.